We all live long enough to see ourselves become the villain, and you're currently trendily being filmed on the Hasselblad 501C, a camera that I bought about 6 months ago to try and settle the age-old debate of who let the dogs out. This is such a bad joke. It's staying in. It's staying in. We've come too far. This shot was too difficult to set up. We're setting the age-old debate between, I can't believe I even cracked that, between film and digital. These are unscripted, so this is why. Sorry about my brain. Anyway, what we're going to try and do is settle the debate between film and digital. Can you recreate the look and feel and joie of a film medium format camera on the GFX100S, which should be in my hands? It's over there. Going to get it is annoying, and I'm not going to then do it. But just trust me, I have one. So we use the 80mm planar 2.8 on the Hassie and the 80mm 1.7 on the GFX. Now, everybody knows that the Hasselblad has a different true medium format look because it uses 120 film versus the GFX, whose sensor isn't quite as big as 120 film. So, you know, if you want to get into this debate, you're in the wrong place. All we're going to do is do a silly game where I take photos of my fiance, because she's the only woman that will talk to me, and try and compare them from the Hasselblad to the GFX. It's completely unscientific because I'm not a scientist or a very good photographer. But what I can do is show many people who aren't very good at photography how their photography would look if they spent a lot of money on it in film. That's my USP. That's why we're here. I don't know why you make videos. Honestly, I don't. I enjoy it. That's why. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a fun game from taking this 80s camera, which needs a light meter and all this level of complexity, and try and do a side-by-side comparison. And you, yes, you, viewer, have to guess what was shot on the GFX and what was shot on the Hasselblad. I have a horrible feeling it's going to be so fucking obvious. So what I'm going to try and do is edit them. This is the GFX, by the way. I'm going to leave the Hasselblad images alone. Try and edit them so they look similar, so it's harder. I don't know what this achieves. Probably nothing. But if you, like me, are looking for that look, I don't know. Is it replicable? Yes, is the long and short answer of it. But, you know, come with me. Let's be dickheads and shoot film. That's actually a meme from 20 years ago. It's actually very hipster of me. Maybe I'll...
Too silly.
Quite agree. Silly, silly, silly. Right, get on with it.
So the bad news is this does get even more silly. I've literally just finished the comparison game show thing we put. It's very silly. I apologize. I literally have to film this here to have a little calmingness because I themed the game show thing around Pick of the Pops, which actually should appeal to my majority over 60 or 55 audience. But for anyone younger than that, they're not going to remember this show. I apologize in advance, but I wish you luck with the game. Oh, dear. Okay, Pop Picker. Round 1, black and white. Let's go. Ooh, what could it be? Answers coming soon. Oh! Round 2 getting harder now. What could it be? Answers coming soon. Oh! Final round 3. Who's who? Ooh, it's the hardest one of all. Haha, it was a trick. Devious me. Okay, we're into color film now. Who's who? This should be pretty simple. There we are. Round 2, who's who? Getting a little bit more difficult now. Results soon! Oh, did you get that? Final round, hardest one of all. Who's it gonna be? I fucking love this music. Results soon! Bow! There we go! God, I love this segment. And this is my favourite photo I took all day. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's my fiancé right now. I'm winning at life. This video has been so fucking fun. Subscribe if that's what you're into. Otherwise, God bless. Oh, my God. Well, that was rather a lot, wasn't it? So we'll just have a little minute just to calm down. How did you do? How did you do on the quiz? A couple of thoughts on the Hasselblad, and then I want to say a few things about the channel in general. I love the Hasselblad. I'm not very good at manual focus, and I'm learning how to compose in the square format, which is kind of difficult, but huge thanks to my beautiful fiancée for being such a willing and wonderful model. Sorry that game wasn't harder than it is. Mainly it's because we were out in Soho. It's all a bit crazy. Trying to do some shot replication was really, really difficult. So we kind of did in and around this stuff. You've got to remember that I'm taking these photos for her. The channel's always going to be secondary to that. So yes, if you're looking at this and saying, can I match Fujifilm images with Hasselblad images? You absolutely can. Now, they will lack a certain bit of texture and feel, but if you're good enough at Photoshop, which it turns out is 98% of photography these days, you can get there. You can. And anyone that's going to get really frustrated and angry about that in the comments and say that my photos got nowhere near, I know they didn't. But I've seen many other way more talented people with editing that did. So it's possible, and I think the GFX is the most authentically medium format, even though it's not medium format, system that there is. So, yeah, I'm going to keep hold of my Hasselblad. Part of that's actually thinking from an investment perspective. Film is so horrendously expensive to process and review and deal with. It's a beautiful process. The whole manual nature of how they do that. I deeply respect film photographers for keeping that alive. There's a complete beauty in it, and massive shout out to anybody that has the funds, the resources, and the tenacity to stay at film. I'm going to stay on digital. I'm going to use film when I want something with a bit more soul. And it does have more soul than digital, and God willing, it always will. So there's that. And then there's the other piece, which is, what the bloody hell are we doing here? I don't know is the wonderful answer to that question. And as we come up across this 1,000 subscriber milestone, I'm very flattered by that. 1,000 is a lot of people. Obviously, it's microscopic in the sense of generic YouTube, but that's really nice. This is just my way of enjoying myself. So I really appreciate all of you guys for being here and putting up with my silliness. If you're watching this far in, you're one of the OGs, no doubt, and I really appreciate that. I have no plans or no desires or no sort of grand vision for what we're doing here. I'm woefully underqualified for lens reviews and gear reviews. All I can talk about is my experience in taking photos, right? There are way better photographers than me. There are way better, more knowledgeable gear reviewers than me. And there are these people that make these crazy, cinematic, incredibly beautiful videos. None of that's me. I'm silly, kind of funny at times, and I love photography. So all I want for all of my videos is for my love of photography to come through them. I deeply enjoy taking photos. I love making these videos. I know I probably need to find editors and all the rest of this to make this a glossier, more authentic production, but whilst we're tiny, we'll probably stay tiny, let's be honest. That's really the message here, which is thank you, and I'll see you in the next video, and I hope to make more, as I always bloody do, but I never do. Anyway, stay silly, love you, take more photographs, all the best.